What a race it's been there for the first, second, and third. Ryan Kutsia having the best time here with 1 minute 26. It was a great race between Ryan, Nicholas Hutchinson, Lance Jonas, and what a race it was indeed.
I think it was a great race. I just put my hand out the window, so this little bit of rain we saw is blowing that way. You can see the flags blowing that way, so maybe we won't get too much.
What do you think
water.
of the next race, Francois?
I reckon it's like we see it now, it should be the same. I'm hoping in any case, because like I say, the spit we saw in the window here, it's not happening. I put my hand out, it's just the cold breeze. There's no real droplets. And there's nothing, if you look at the water over there, there's nothing landing on the water. It's quiet.
I think today's weather's really shown the complications with tire
Choices, strategy.
You know, it's that's the thing with motorcycles. You have to, it's strategy all the way.
And you got to throw caution to the wind. You know, do I ride on slicks? Will it rain halfway through the race? Fortunately, Killarney is a small circuit. You got to see from there to there. But I mean, have a look here, see now what happens. It's raining on that side, but it's not raining on that side. It's the weirdest thing under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So.
I mean, earlier we saw half the track sopping wet, half the track dry.
I'm looking at the roof behind us. It looks sort of dry. But if I'm on a 1000cc motorcycle, I don't want to chance my arm.
What would you do, Francois, with tyre choice for the
today?
Next race?
I don't know. Well, you really got a slick or a wet. You don't really have an intermediate. I'm just going to ride on a road tyre. You know, if you're going to have like a Pirelli SC1 or SC2, maybe have a sticky tyre. Like an SC2 is possibly a bit softer, more sticky, and you can get heat into it. That's possibly the answer on here, that it's not wet. But then again, what pace are you at, and where do you catch a bit of water, and where does the bike leave you? You know what I'm saying? So it's a very, very difficult choice here. Personally, what I feel, a sort of intermediate, or like a medium compound on the back and a soft on the front for the braking, so that you can have it sticky in the front so you can brake.
But still get that grip.
But still get the grip when the back comes out, that the back doesn't step out on you, kind of thing, so.
Well, there's one thing, Francois, we know about Killarney weather specifically, this side of the world, the weather changes within 5 minutes.
Oh, for sure. No, definitely. I mean, there's just no two ways about it. And we've also been here in the morning where it's pouring with rain. They want to call the day, and an hour later the sun is shining and all's well. So it's a very difficult thing, yeah.
See, in the northern suburbs of Cape Town, we don't experience this craziness.
No, you don't.
It's only you southern suburbs.
Well, we must remember we're close to the mountains. So anything off the ocean, so it either comes off the sea or it comes off the mountains in town. And, well, Bloberg Hill's been open all day, but it's not a telltale sign. We're looking at Table Mountain. We cannot see Cape Town for the love of good money. It is very, very overcast there in the City Bowl. There is a little bit of a drizzle around. But the track's not wet, it's not raining, it's like this windy drizzle. So
the wind has a big effect as well. You know, you're coming out of one corner, the wind hits you from the left, you're coming out of the corner, it's hitting you from the right. You better know exactly, you know, what you're getting yourself into with this wind.
And this is also the thing when you're racing now. You come into a corner, you're going down, and a gust of wind hits you and poof, you're down. And I'm not being funny, it's literally, it's happened. I'm sure a lot of guys have experienced it, especially in gusty conditions. So it's difficult, and now you sort of got a bit of a damp underside. What do you do? But it looks like the track is relatively dry from the pictures that we're getting on our screens. So I think slicks will be the call of the day. Or race tires, as we call them. Semi-slicks. Malcolm Rapson's got other ideas as he goes screaming down the back straight in that Suzuki 1000. So yeah, I think they're all feeling pretty positive, if I can use the word for this race. 8 laps, 8 tussle laps. I don't know, are there Kewen's out again? There goes Kewen's out. So, but we'll see when they come on the line what they've got on their bikes. That'll tell us what's happening. That river out of turn 5 we see is gone.
It's crazy. And
it's weird. Early on it was like running, now it's gone. So obviously it's a little bit different. Right, so the only red Honda I see out there is Jason Lineker. I don't see Q and Snyman. So this might be sort of open for the likes of Malcolm Rapson, possibly Brad Bodsworth. I haven't seen Q come out. Maybe Q only had one set of tires or whatever. I don't know what the story is. Maybe he's only wants to run one race. I'm not sure. There's Malcolm Rapson. And it looks like Slade van Niekerk is back out. A little bit of an indifferent race. So let's have a look, see what happens here. Slade van Niekerk will have Paul, Rapson's there, Lineker's there, Pino, Winning, Bodsworth, Schwerin, Koorts, Frost, Aronson. Steyman's on the board, but and so is Wesley Hendricks. But we'll see when they line up who's there and who's not there. Right, so the guys coming up to the grid proper to line up. Jonathan Schwerin's out there. There comes Slade van Niekerk on the 600, the 111 machine. He's lining up. Quinton Wiening's out there.
Slade's on wets, looks like.
Slade's on wets. Yeah. There's Jason Lineker. And the 50 machine of Tristan Pinar rolls in there. I think there's going to be a battle of 600s. And just to split up all the 600s is that man, Mr. Malcolm Rapson, with the number 1 on his Suzuki. Sits on pit box number 2. Brad Bodsworth down there on the Honda, the 41 Honda. Sits on the outside of Wiening. And Tristan Pinar. Oh, there we go. There's Q and Snyman at the back of the grid again on the number 19 Honda. So let's go racing. 5-second border. We're going to wait for the lights to go on. They go on and they go off and we go racing. And Rapson and Slade van Niekerk go down towards turn number 1. Van Niekerk gets the whole shot. Is Rapson going to look up on the inside? No, Slade van Niekerk gets in there. Now Van Niekerk's on a 600. And coming through, have a look at Q and Steyman. Oh my word. Boom! Into third from the back of the pack. Choo! Now who's there? Rapson, Van Niekerk, and Steyman. Let's have a look, see now as they go through the kink. And Q and Steyman, what an electric start.
You know, he saw the gap and he just took it full speed ahead.
So as they go up the Tigerberg straight now towards the double right-hander, it is going to be Malcolm Rapson that leads out, but for how long is the question? Rapson comes out there now and he comes down the back straight. It's going to be Q and Steyman goes second there with Slade van Niekerk, and then it's Tristan Pinar, then it's Brad Bodsworth as they make their way down towards turn number 5. Into turn number 5, and how long is that man Rapson going to hold on to the lead there with Steyman up behind him? I reckon it could change going down into turn number 1.
I think Ewan's trying to take some gap there.
Rapson holding out Steyman decides that fortune favours the brave as he closes up on the back there of Rapson.
I think just about.
And yeah, he's going to give it a good thonk here, but Rapson's up for it, and Steyman's late on the brakes and dives up on the inside of Castrol. He goes in, he holds his line, and once again just shows what he's made of.
You know, it's crazy because Ewan started at the back of the grid and he's currently leading this race.
And we've still got 7 laps to go. So how does this work out now? Is Rapson going to stick with Ewan, or is Ewan just going to light up the circuit? Slade van Niekerk is there in third, leading out the 600. The end of Tristan Pinar, then it's Brad Bodsworth and Jason Lineker. Jason I would expect to be a little bit higher, but he didn't have a great start. So can he come back? That's to be wondered as they make their way all down the back straight. Behind him, Jonathan Schwerin, who's riding a liter bike, who should be up higher. Jonathan's busy slowly rebuilding his gumption. He's getting his confidence back, which is a good thing. He had 1 or 2 accidents last year, which sort of depleted his confidence, but he's working his way back. There we can see Malcolm Rapson holding on to the back here of Q and Steyman. Steyman coming through now, crosses the line, followed by Rapson. Then it's going to be Slade van Niekerk, and then it's Tristan Pienaar, Brad Bodsworth. Having a look at Tristan Bodsworth, trying the inside. Tristan very late on the brakes, and Bodsworth gets through. So Bodsworth moves up now to P4, and he might just go and chase Slade van Niekerk. All the riders now moving into Castrol corner, and Malcolm Rapson still hanging on to the back of Kewan Snyman.
As Kewan and Malcolm have definitely breached the gap there for Slade van Niekerk, trying to keep up and trying to make his way, and with Tristan Pienaar just behind him, trying to catch up with him too.
Yeah, they're definitely going to give each other a little bit of a run for their money. The 600 category is respectively 3, 4, and 6. Lanika a little bit further back. Tristan Pienaar's got Brad Bodsworth giving him some food for thought. But I must admit, I'm very impressed with Malcolm Rapson that's holding on to Kewan Snyman, not letting him get away here. Still got 6 laps to go, and I think possibly that Malcolm Rapson might just be in the mood to race, and if he is, he can stick with Kewan Snyman and give him a run for his money as they exit 5 here towards the Castrol City Cape Town Bridge. And Rapson, as we know, very, very quick.
Well, Malcolm Rapson just took the best time as well, so he just took that gap, and he's giving Kewan, wow, they've currently got a race going on their own there with Slade van Niekerk quite a bit behind, and Slade seems to be on his own race at the moment as well, with Tristan just a little bit behind with Brad Bodsworth as well.
Well, Bodsworth still humming on the back there of Tristan Pienaar, and Slade van Niekerk leading out the 600 category instead of Tristan. Now, Slade and Tristan like to give each other a little bit of run for their money, but Slade just a little bit ahead of Tristan. Tristan cannot pull him in there. They're sort of on equal pace if you look at their times. So nothing's going to really happen there. Tristan ahead of Brad Bodsworth, and well, the leaders are absolutely flying around the circuit. That is Snyman and Rapson. They go down the back straight. Snyman just ekes out a little bit of a millisecond out over Malcolm Rapson. Malcolm late on the brakes, much like Kewan, so they dive there into far strong corner. Malcolm leaning right over to try and claw his way back at Kewan, but Kewan's up for the task. Kewan out there now with Malcolm Rapson. Shante, this one showing now with a little bit of a dry track, sort of separating the men from the boys.
You know, it's crazy. You spoke about the guys going out in 6 this morning, but it seems like the whole grid is wearing their wets for this race.
Well, it would be strange if they're wearing wets, because the only person I saw in wets was Slade van Niekerk, but possibly all on wets, but the track is not wet enough. So I don't know. Oh, someone's sliding in there. That's Slicks. So you slide like that, it's Slicks. Going into, oh, and he's got a flame out on the bike. Whose bike is that that's flaming out in turn 2? Looks like he's trying to pick up who's in turn 2. I just can't see the bike flamed out. I just can't pick up whose bike it is. So just not sure. We'll try and pick it up as it goes along. But that bike flamed out proper. So obviously something wrong with that. Is it Rapson? Yeah, it's Malcolm Rapson's bike is flamed out. So that bike that's gone poke, when it flames out like that, you must know the motor's given the ghost. So that means he's released Kewan Snyman into the distance.
Kewan is leading this race by a heck of a mile, and it seems like he's racing all on his own.
No one's going to catch him now. That I can assure you. He's still got 4 laps to go. He's out, ducked and disappeared. Here comes to cross the line now. And I don't think that he will come back. So that means that Slade van Niekerk moves up to second.
And somebody's down. Exit turn
2. Someone gone down as well. Wesley Hendricks. 29, bike 29 gone down as Wesley Hendricks on the exit of Castrol. There you see the marshals there.
And here comes the rain.
Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain indeed. As we spoke, and now what did the guys do? They were on wets, they won't worry, they'll just keep plugging along.
If I'm not mistaken, Tristan is also on wets at the moment, and kind of starting to show there with Tristan climbing up a bit the ladder.
Yeah, is he going to close down on Slade van Niekerk, who's currently in second? So we'll try and pick on it. The field's become very strung out. There goes Kewen down the back straight. Kewen's gone on the back straight. That's your leader. But he's a country mile ahead of the rest.
He's in his own race.
You can actually get off and have some cool drink and get back on and carry on riding and still win.
There goes Slade.
There goes Slade. There goes Tristan. Right down the back straight. Okay. And then looks like Brad Bodsworth. Yeah. So there's Slade Fanike coming out of turn number 5 on the 111 machine as he works his way out. Tristan Pinard there up behind him. Brad Bodsworth on the Lita Honda trying to close down. These youngsters have got no scared hairs in their body.
And they also weigh almost nothing.
Well, this is the thing. It's the power to weight ratio in any motorcycle sport, power to weight. And that is why when we see MotoGP, the Brad Binders and the likes, they're all yay high. And they only weigh like 58 or 64 kilos or whatever. Not 128. Yeah, no, you have to be. And even in Formula 1 as well. They're all jockeys. They're little guys. There's Slade Fanikak exiting Castrol Corner. There's Tristan Pinard not too far behind him with Brad Bodsworth coming into picture as they roll around and they on their penultimate lap. Jason Lineker and Quentin Weening, they in turn 2 are having a good go at it, and it looks like Weening's got through on Lineker.
Yeah, they seem to be in their own battle, the two of them. The rest of the guys far beyond them and far behind them as well. They keep going. Jason Lineker, Quentin.
Well, if we could, you can probably see on the screen, you'll pick it up, the droplets are falling. So the rain coming down here towards the end of the day. It's the last race. They've got a lap and a bit to go. Not too much to finish off. Some of the bikers crossing. Here comes Kewen Snyman in the wet, full tilt on the brakes down into turn number 1. And he's definitely got wets on going that kind of speed. So
lap left,
one lap. Yeah, and they're watching the rain. And it's starting to, well, it's raining. It's not taking anything away from anyone. It's raining, but the boys are still giving it a good poke. Kewen Snyman, there we go into Castrol Corner for the last time today on race conditions. He's keeping it gingerly up straight. He's working it through. He dives down through the kink down towards Interceptor Corner. You'll watch him take a sort of a middle of the road line. You'll see now, so that he can get maximum purchase on the tarmac. Keeping the bike upright, the body will go over, the bike will stay upright. Up the Tigerberg straight now into the double right-hander solo sweep. So Kewen has done a marvelous job here today in the SPK races. He's shown what he's made of. Works his way down the back straight, if I'm not mistaken. The checkered flag is waiting for him. So Kewen's going to make it 2 out of 2. A young man that I've known probably since he was about 8 years old. And from primary school, like I say, I used to watch him on his bicycle wheelie all the way home, round the corners, down the street, over the robot, everything on his back wheel. That is Kewen, and he's just proved it himself. He crosses the line, 2 out of 2 for Kewen Snyman. Wonderful run, the CBR 1000 RR Honda. And second place is going to be hopefully Slade Fanikak. They're going to come into turn number 5. There's Fanikak, and I think Tristan Pinard's close by. You watch them now as they come out of turn number 5. No, that was Pinard and Bodsworth. Fanikak was just, Slade was just ahead of them. So that was actually Bodsworth and Tristan Pinard. We missed this. No, we lost Slade Fanikak. He's 4th.
Slade's gone down
somewhere. We haven't seen him. He's gone. We've lost him somewhere. Turn 2.
Slade is in turn 2.
Oh, what a chop. What a chop.
At least he's not off the bike. He's fine. He's still up on his 2 wheels.
Is he?
I think so.
Jonathan Schwerin. No, we've lost him somewhere. Don't know where.
Great race with Kewen Snyman in first, Tristan Pinard second, and Brad Bodsworth in third. What a great race.
I think Brad will be pretty happy that he gets a 3rd for the day. He just likes it. I'm sure he's going to say something at the end of prize giving, because it's him. Brad's the man.
And you know what, Malcolm may have not finished this race, but he still has the best time for the overall.
Yeah, I know. Look, Malcolm Rapson gives it his all. Unfortunately, the bike went. It popped. Why, I don't know, but it's a
Hey,
bit
at least he
unfortunate.
went out in flames.
He went out in, look at you, eh? In lights, your name in lights, he went out in flames. Lovely. It's like a drag car blowing up down the drag strip. Went out in flames, man. Well, Shantae, nice joining me. We didn't expect anything of you. It's just nice to have a lady's voice here. You'll get the hang of it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I must say, I really enjoyed myself today, and thank you for this opportunity.
And I know what it is. You came to watch racing, and that's what, with you up here, you're sort of like, I'm in awe, and you forgot to talk.
You must see the view up here, that's why, you know.
Yep.
I got the VIP section today with these views.
Yeah, I know the view is awesome. You get used to it. The guys finish racing. I just want to say to all my fellow commentators, thank you for a lovely day. It's been very nice. To Gary Fleming for managing the cameras. A challenge all on its own with the Wi-Fi dipping on him. Sometimes the screen's going black. The poor man doesn't know where to touch what and turn what, sort of stick, steer, whatever. But he's done a great job. Nonetheless, he's a man who's used to camera work. He does a lot of online racing. And to the marshals out there, ladies and gents, a big up to you. You're better people than I am, because I definitely wouldn't have stood out there today. That's for sure. Great job, great job, great job. To the COC and the stewards, thanks a lot. To the riders and drivers, thanks for the entertainment. Fortunately, nobody badly hurt or anything, so that's a plus. So yeah. So everyone, to our viewers at home, thank you for joining us and affording us your time and your bandwidth and data and all the rest. And I hope you enjoyed the racing for the day. We'll be back in September, I think, with the Speed Festival, Extreme Festival on the 9th, yes. Extreme Festival on the 9th. That'll be nice to watch. Don't forget, next Saturday, rock karting. We've got the Altar Rally, and then we got that speed thing on the Wednesday. Time Attack on the